let's get real. If I didn't have a YouTube channel all about credit cards, no affiliate links, no brand deals, no content strategy, just me living my life, would I still own premium credit cards with hefty annual fees to the tune of $5,956? Would the Amex Platinum and the Sapphire Reserve even make the cut? I'd still be a frequent traveler. Airports, hotel check-ins, international flights, that part of my life doesn't change. Today, I'm stripping away the content creator angle and getting brutally honest about which cards I'd actually carry in my wallet if I were just Richard Debs, a regular guy who enjoys traveling in style without overcomplicating things. There's no hype here, folks, no hustle, just real talk about what works, what's worth it, and what I'd leave behind. I know that most folks want simplicity, value, and flexibility. So in this video, I'm breaking down which cards truly fit a non-content creator's lifestyle, and leaving aside the ones that only make sense if you're deep into the credit card game. Let's get into it. For those new to the channel, I'm Richard Debs from R2 Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler. If you're watching this, you likely are too, so go ahead and subscribe to see how I use credit cards to enable this travel habit of mine. Feel free to hit me up in the chat section of my website, boomacompany.com, if you have personal or targeted questions about your situation. Channel members get priority responses. Be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe before hitting me up on my website. As a frequent traveler, my goal is to take in as many incredible experiences as possible. From the Encore in Vegas, to the Hilton Resort in Barbados, to the Fairmont and Waldorf Astoria in the Arab world, to the Sofitel in Mumbai, to the St. Regis in Bangkok, to Kimala in Phuket, to the Hyatt Regency in Zanzibar, to the Kwetu Nairobi in Kenya, to Lions Bluff Luxury Safari in Savo West, and to countless high-end Airbnbs, I've been around the block. After tons of trial and error, I've concluded that a great travel credit card strategy should answer the three following questions. Which parts of the world do I wish to travel? What airline group can get me there with frequency and offers value? And which hotel group fits my lifestyle? There are obvious nuanced answers to these questions, but I encourage you to think of your end goal. Your strategy should speak to achieving such a goal. Here's a look at my current card portfolio of 29 active credit cards, which cost $5,956 a year. That's a lot of coin, but it's necessary in my book because I create content which requires first-hand knowledge of the benefits of the cards which I review. Now, I recognize that not everybody rolls that way, but that's how we do things here at R2 Travel. Similarly, I speak about travel and status because I have first-hand knowledge there as well. But once I strip away all the cards which help me create content, I'm left with a cost of $1,390, which fuels my personal travel credit card strategies. Taking off my influencer hat, and my personal strategy is what I'm about to share with you. My personal strategy is made up of an Alaska Visa, the Bilt MasterCard, which is hanging on for dear life, and the Citi Magnificent 5. Now, this doesn't look like a Citi Strata Premier, but it is behind the scenes. And the Hilton Aspire, and finally the Marriott Brilliant. Yup, the Amex Platinum, the Sapphire Reserve, and the Capital One Venture X don't make the cut, but yet I still travel with premium perks. These cards are for content creation only because I recognize that they work for many of you. And for what it's worth, I don't need these either. And I don't need these either. I can go on and on, but you get the idea. Those cards don't elevate my travel experience. They're just expensive and flashy. I have ways to make these cards less expensive and free in many cases, but without this channel, I wouldn't bother. Let's talk about what I get from each of the cards in my core setup. Let's start with my one and only airline card in my core setup, the Alaska Airlines Visa. My play here is One World status. The Alaska Mileage Plan is a rock star of a program. You really should watch this video here to understand why. I love travel to Africa, the Arab world, and Asia. I have yet to see the volume of reward seats available on other programs when compared to Alaska. Spending on the Alaska card helps me fast track to Alaska Plan status. My target here is MVP Gold 40K, which maps to One World Sapphire status. This is all I need to gain access to business class lounges when flying on One World partner airlines. There's a $99 companion fare on a round-trip flight within North America on Alaska. How do you get it? spend $6,000 a year on this card. Now there are plans for Alaska to release a premium card. It was initially planned for this summer, and some say fall, but I'm saying spring 2026. I think that there's too much noise on new card launches right now, so Alaska, you ought to hold on to spring 2026 so that you and Bilt can take the spotlight with the launch of your premium cards. The premium card is expected to fast-track card holders to Alaska status, and among other things, offers 3 points per dollar on all foreign transactions. Did you hear that? Did you hear what I just said? I can't think of a more compelling card to take abroad with me. I don't know how sustainable that's gonna be. I've been traveling since February, and just the thought of earning 3 points per dollar on everything I've spent so far here abroad, it's mind-boggling. Guys, my rent here is considered travel at all the places that I stay. So earning 3 points per dollar on rent with no foreign transaction fees? I'm picking up what Alaska's putting down. Given the frequency of my travel, I've settled on 2 hotel brands, but for most folks, just 1 hotel brand is enough. And for you Chase fans out there, Hyatt isn't on my radar at all. Not even a little bit. Why is this guy always shitting on Chase? It sounds personal. But what I'm a fan of is the Waldorf from Hilton and the St. Regis and Ritz-Carlton by Marriott. They more than satisfy my luxury hotel habit. So let's talk about the Hilton Aspire. It has a $550 annual fee, and it conveys instant Hilton Diamond status. If you're traveling internationally, you want Hilton Diamond status. There's a $400 Hilton Resort credit, a $200 flight credit, a $199 clear credit, then there's a $100 property credit at the Waldorf and Conrad with a 2-night minimum. I initially didn't think I would use this credit up a lot, but now it's a go-to habit for me. Your boy likes a spa. So if you run these numbers, it's more than a free card. Then it has an uncapped annual free night certificate. Folks, I can't say this loud enough. You need to take advantage of the small luxury hotels by Hilton. I recommend targeting your free night certificate on an SLH property. I did that last year in Kimala, Phuket, where the rooms normally go for $2,000 a night. So we love that word, uncapped. Next, there's a National Car Rental Emerald Club Executive status. I literally rent cars for 1 month at a time. The card just makes sense for me because it fits naturally into my travel lifestyle and it easily pays for itself. The next hotel card is a Marriott Brilliant, which has a $650 annual fee. This card conveys instant Marriott Platinum status. There's a $300 dining credit and then a $100 property credit at the Ritz and the St. Regis with a 2-night minimum. To ensure that you get this property credit, make sure you use the reference member rate, $100 property credit, luxury credit card rate, whether you make your booking on MarriottBonvoy.com or you call in to make your booking. Once you go St. Regis, there's just no going back. Then there's an $85,000 annual free night certificate. Marriott, you can make this uncapped and charge me more if you like. Since we're talking about my core setup here, this card is what gets me global entry in TSA PreCheck and Priority Pass. I try to avoid Priority Pass lounges in some airports, but I have found them to be pretty good in Asia. Pictures of the Centurion Lounge, the Capital One Lounge, the Sapphire Lounge are good for the channel, but all I care about is a good business class lounge, which I already get from Alaska and from the Bilt card, which we're going to talk about shortly. Next, let's talk about transferable currency cards. And we have the Bilt MasterCard. My play here is to hold Bilt Platinum status each year. I recently retained it for all of 2026. Platinum status conveys Flying Blue Gold status, which maps to SkyTeam Elite Plus. This grants me access to business class lounges when I fly with a SkyTeam partner. Some of my favorites are Delta, Air France, KLM, Virgin Atlantic, and Kenya Airways. Bilt then gives me 100% points transfer bonus on rent day. This occurs a few times a year, but this behavior has been consistent on select airlines. Guys, because my Bilt Platinum status gets me 100% transfer boost, and I only ever use my Bilt points to transfer using that bonus, all of my earning categories are doubled. This means that I earn 6x on dining all the time, 4x on travel all the time, and 2x as a catch-all all the time. Bilt also has an exclusive transfer partnership to Alaska Airlines. So these 2 cards being part of my core strategy is not an accident. They work really well together. You just can't have one without the other. And Bilt recently introduced their Home Away from Home for Gold and Platinum members. It's similar to the American Express Fine Hotels and Resorts. I get a $100 property credit, room upgrades, late checkout, breakfast for 2, and guys, that's all with this free card. But the key is that you want to get one of the elite statuses. The Bilt card should be everyone's rent and mortgage card. And if you like Hyatt, the Bilt card transfers points to Hyatt. Next is the City Magnificent 5 Elite Edition, which is made up of 5 cards. The core 4 cards are 3 City Custom Cash cards and a double cash, and these are used domestically to amass points. For me, these cards are geared towards supermarket and catch-all. Some of you have asked why I love this setup even though I'm abroad so often. Keep in mind that even though I'm abroad, I still have a lot of expenses in the US, like insurances and utilities, streaming services, etc. My current anchor card in the City Magnificent 5 is the City Strata Premier, which is by far the most versatile card for abroad travel with outstanding spend categories. The City Strata Premier, for me, primarily functions as a supermarket card and a gas card. Spending on the CM5 is now used to fuel my American Airlines balance, because Citi is now the exclusive points transfer partner to American Airlines. I've posted a few videos on this and you can check them out here. So as you can see, I got all my bases covered, so I have no use for Chase or Capital One cards in my core setup. I've targeted 2 hotel brands, Hilton and Marriott, and I've also targeted 2 airline alliances, Oneworld and SkyTeam, and then I have earner cards which I can transfer my everyday points into those programs. So yes, I have 29 active credit cards totaling $5,956 a year in annual fees, but if I didn't create content for YouTube, that would be drastically reduced. Some might still say that my personal setup of 9 cards is still a bit much, but I disagree. A great travel setup should always target an airline alliance program, a hotel program, and then transferable currency cards to those programs. And I really think it's hard to beat day-to-day spend on the City Magnificent 5 and the Built MasterCard. And earning instant hotel status with Marriott and Hilton is unmatched. What do you think of my personal setup? And what does yours look like? Thank you for watching until the end. Since you've gotten this far, it only makes sense to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and become a member to help give it some visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other.